All right, welcome back, COSA 50 folks. Professor Almeida here. Happy Thursday, everyone. And because it's Thursday, I'm in the Canvas course chat until noon today. If you have questions, you can also message me privately in the Canvas inbox, and I'll be more likely to respond to you right away. Remember that outside of my student office hours, I do ask that you allow up to 24 to 36 hours for me to get back to you. Coming up in this video, I want to talk to you about the game plan for weeks 15 and 16, and it's pretty much going to be the same as you have been doing with Excel. And speaking of Excel, hopefully you've had a chance to at least work on your capstones and GMetrix MOS practice sessions. I've been giving you class time over the last 2 weeks, and we're going to shift our focus to Access starting on Monday. So let's go ahead and get into Canvas here. Also, go back, review recent announcements on how to take the MOS and also getting support with GMetrix. I have no control over the GMetrix environment, so if you're having issues with your account or access codes, please reach out to COS Tech Support, but also keep in mind that COS Tech Support will not answer questions related to GMetrix exams themselves, okay? But if you're having issues with the access code or something about your account, please reach out to COS Tech Support or stop by M229. All right, let's get into Canvas here. So starting on Monday, May 19th, weeks 15 and 16 will open along with this last module here. I will give you more information about these last 2 class meetings in a separate announcement. But as far as weeks 15 and 16 are concerned, it's pretty much the same formula as before. When you come in on Monday, you'll have time in class to work on your Access capstone. Please allow more time for this capstone, as you have seen in the past, especially with chapters 2 and 3. And this capstone will cover all 3 chapters. So if you remember with chapter 1, you learned how to create tables in Access and to create basic forms, basic queries, basic reports. So that was chapter 1. Chapter 2 covers most queries. Chapter 3 covers the advanced queries such as update queries, delete queries, append queries, make table queries. That's chapter 3. And anything having to do with database management. That also includes relationships, data validation. Again, check chapter 3. You also have your MOS practice exam for Access, and as a matter of fact, I have GMetrix open right here. For Access, we are going to use Office 2019, and the reason for this is because Microsoft and Certiport have not come up with an updated exam for Access. So it's going to be Access Expert 2019 MO-500. Now, there's only one practice exam here, as you can see. And as before, you want to start in training mode. Okay, so it's just like what you have been doing with Excel. Start in training mode. I'm looking for a passing score of 700 or better. If you want to go for the bonus, you need to pull an 850 or better in testing mode. If you're thinking about the MOS, you'll need to show COS instructional assistance that you can consistently score 800 or better in testing mode. Now, I know that some of you have me for COSA 25. Go back, watch that announcement video for my special deal over there. But I also have a special deal. If you go on to pass the MOS Access in COSA 50, I will replace your capstone. Same with Excel. Another thing you need to watch for, and I will just go ahead and launch the exam here. Another thing you need to watch for are some quirks with the Access 2019 practice exam. So while that is loading, let me switch back over here. I will give you more information about the SLO assessment in a separate announcement. So if you're wondering what this is all about, watch for that announcement for details. And this also includes COSA 650. Now, COSA 650, folks, you are not obligated to do the capstone or GMetrix, but hey, you have an opportunity here to walk away from this class with potentially 2 industry certifications, the MOS for Excel and now the MOS for Access. All right, let's check on GMetrix here. So this is what it looks like for access, and I'm in training mode. You need to remember to enable content for each project. And as before, you take a look at the tasks, and if you get stuck, you have the help button. It's going to reveal step-by-step instructions. Now, keep in mind that we've only covered 3 chapters of access. There's more to it, including using design view for forms and reports. The bulk of the material was already covered in the 3 chapters in COSA 50, but there will be some things there. Do your best. And again, I'm just looking for a 700 or better. Now, if you save your project and you come back to it later, be sure to go back over any tasks that you have marked completed or marked for review, just to make sure that those projects were actually done. When you are finished with your practice exam, as before, you want to go to Access Expert 2019. Here's practice exam 1. Access your score report. I know I'm saying access a lot here. And as before, you have your name, Access Expert 2019 Practice Exam 1 training. Make sure it's from this semester. Folks in COSA 25, if you're taking COSA 25 with me, or even if you're taking COSA 15, if you've already done your practice exam and it's from this semester, you can use the same score report if you passed. Hit the print icon, save as PDF. Make sure you save it where you can find it. Double check the preview, make sure it looks good, and then you're going to turn it in to Canvas, as you can see here. Okay, so here's the assignment for MOS Access Expert. Be sure to read through the instructions carefully, and again, you'll see that big red button there where you can go to submit your score report. On that note, this is my last announcement video. And with that, I hope to see you in class Monday and Wednesday for both weeks 15 and 16. You'll have class time to work on your capstone and your GMetrix MOS practice exam. If you are thinking about the MOS, week 16 and those last 2 class meetings will be a chance for you to go into M229 and attempt the MOS certification. Your capstones and your MOS practice exam score results are due on the last day of the course. It will be that Wednesday, June 4th. I won't be accepting late work, so don't put things off until the end. Again, you've had class time to work on these things. Good luck, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching.